Hello. This is DotaProism with another video. And this one is the top 10 worst cards of the mean streets of Gadgetzan before release. We're going to get into it real quick, and the first card is going to be Tanar's Hog Chopper. The reason I think this is the worst one out of the 3 Hog Choppers is that this one is the least likely for you to proc and activate because you have no control over it. Your opponent is the one that activates it, and even if you get the effects to activate, 4 damage charge isn't going to come back on a board state or help you come back in the game. So most of the time you'll just be playing this as the 4/4, which is why this is on the top 10 worst list. The next card is Sleep with the Fishes, a warrior epic, 2 mana, deal 3 damage to all damaged minions. This card's pretty bad because you can't activate it on its own, you have to have another activator with it. So, for example, you could run a Whirlwind and then play Sleep with the Fishes, and that'll do a 4 damage board clear. 4 damage AoE for 3 mana. Now you might say, oh, that's better than Consecrate, but you are using 2 cards, which is double your resources in your deck, which makes it kind of bad. And because of that, you probably will never see this in play, because Brawl will always be better as a single card for board wipe or board clear. If you were to use this against an aggro deck, you wouldn't be able to do 3 damage anyways, because most of those aggro deck minions are very squishy. So this would probably never see play. Okay, the third card that is on this terrible worst cards list is Big Time Racketeer. 6 mana, 1/1, Battlecry, summon a 6/6 Ogre. Technically, this is better than a Boulder Fist because you get 1 extra stat and you split up into a separate body. But that one body is completely insignificant and will just fall apart. It's very basic. It doesn't do anything for you. For Arena, this might be very good, to be honest. But as for competitive play, you'll probably be dusting this faster than anything else. Card number 4. Hidden Cache. This may be the worst secret to come out ever for Hunter. Granted that you can activate it almost instantly, because the effect is after your opponent plays a minion, give a random minion in your hand 2/2/2. But this may be the worst effect for buffing your hand, like out of all of the other choices that you have, even the 1 mana one. And for that reason, this card is pretty dang awful. Yeah. Pretty straightforward. You would never run this in any of your Hunter decks. Sacrifice is too much and the effect is too weak. You keep it in your hand, you play it, it buffs something in your hand, you're not gaining anything on board, and playing reactive is not bueno. You want to dictate the game as a Hunter, not react. Next card on the list is Backstreet Leper. This one's pretty obvious why it's bad. It's 3 mana for 3/1. Leper Gnome is a 1/1 for 1 mana. So if you were trying to do 2 damage, why would you pay 2 additional mana for something with a 1 health body that dies to any hero power, basically? You can just blow on this card and it'll die. So there's no reason to ever use it. And this is why this is on the worst cards list. Next card on this list will be the Piranha Launcher, of course. A new weapon for Hunter. 5 mana, 2/4. After your hero attacks, summon a 1/1 Piranha. Technically, if you can get 4 swings with this, like 4 good solid swings, I guess it's good because you can hit face. But at 5 mana, it's not good at all. It just isn't. If this was a warrior weapon, this would be amazing. but since it's in Hunter, it's questionable. If this card was in even Rogue, it would be amazing, because you can actually utilize all the swings, I think. Yeah, it's just bad. It's bad value. Even if it was at 4 mana, I would still scratch my head and wonder, well, why would I ever use this over an Eagle Horn Bow or anything else? So this may be the worst Hunter card. Just period. It might be the worst card ever in this whole list. But I did see another one that I thought was comparable. But it's not this one, the next one. The next card, however, is a legendary that was very disappointing to look at. It's Krul the Unshackled. 9 mana, 7/9 demon. Battlecry: if your deck has no duplicates, 7 all demons from your hand. Thank gosh that this card won't make the cut in Reno Lock, because if they gave them another great tool for Reno, it would be too powerful. Now, why is this bad? For the cost of 9 mana, just playing stuff is not good enough, as we've seen from Varian Rin on the Warrior deck. And that was with good cards, like Ysera being drawn off the top, Korkron Elites, Grom Hellscream. These are actually very good tools, and you draw 3 cards to refill your hand. This card, however, is far weaker stat-wise for the cost. And the demons you play are all from your hand. That would mean you'd have to fill up your hand at a very quick rate. Not only that, you would have to have very good demons in your hand. Probably something like a Doomguard would be the best choice for you. And something else, at least 2 demons would make it worthwhile. But only one of them will give you instant value, and that's that Doomguard we're talking about. And for that reason, you kind of have to set it up too much, and it's not good enough. We'll see how good it is after Reno gets phased out in April, 4 months from now. But as a pre-release prediction, this is probably one of the worst cards as well for Warlock. The next card on the list is Mayor Noggenfogger. No, I did not just say a bad word. That is his name, Mayor Noggenfogger. Mayor Noggenfogger. He's a 9 mana, 5/4. His body is awful. Gotta throw that out there. And the effect is all targets are chosen randomly. Yeah, this card is a joke, right? It's definitely a joke card, right? Like, what do you ever do? Like, I guess you attack face, but you can't attack face. You cast spells, but you're casting it where? Even on itself? Why would you ever play this for 9 mana? This just seems like a complete trash card. If you open this as, like, legendary, it's not even usable. Krul is at least usable. This is unusable. If you got a golden version of this, you would dust this instantly, because you wouldn't waste 9 mana playing a 5/4 with 0 effect. Okay, not 0 effect, but it would hit randomly, and there's a strong chance that it can hit itself. Now, I don't know if this is possible, but if minions, enemy minions, would like redirect and hit the enemy hero, that would be extremely interesting and very, very hilarious for highlight plays. And yeah, it's just not a good card. Okay, the next card on the list, I believe it's number 9, is Pilfered Power. So a Druid card makes the list. It's a gain an empty mana crystal for each friendly minion. 3 mana. What are the chances of you playing a Living Roots and a 2-drop and it not dying for you to ramp up with Pilfered Power? It's extremely unlikely that your opponent will let you just have that stuff on board, let alone like let you ramp up with this card. And is this card even better than Wild Growth? Like, when would you use this after turn 3 ever? Use it on turn 6. It just seems so bad. The applications of this card are so hard to pull off, and opponents are good enough that they won't let you do this consistently. And this is why it's probably the worst Druid card of the release. And the last card, and I think is the worst card of the entire set. Out of all of these cards I've seen, this is the one I think that tops the list for the worst card. Barring that I'm not picking out the vanilla Worgen Greaser, which is a 5 mana 6/3, because that's not fair. At least that has good stats. This card, for Mage, Cryomancer. It's a dang shame. It's a 5 mana 5/5. Battlecry, gain +2/+2 if an enemy is frozen. The reason I say this is too bad because it's pretty unlikely that frozen Mage decks will be a thing, at least for the next 4 months. This card will never see play. It's not good. You are paying 5 mana for 7/7, and the prerequisite is freezing an enemy. Why wouldn't you just play Shaman with a 4 mana 7/7 overload with no requirement, and you get the strong body? This is just garbage, just complete trash. At least other cards that I've shown have some sort of potential or use. This won't even be used in Arena. It would be awful in every format, and unless they release maybe another 1 or 2 freeze cards to Mage in a future expansion, this isn't gonna make anything. Yeah. And that is my list for the top 10 worst cards of the mean streets of Gadgetzan. What is your worst card? What do you think your top 10 worst cards are? Leave that in the description below. If you like the video, give it a like. If you don't like the video, well, tell me why you don't like it, and then I'll improve it. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Also, if you want coaching, Gamer Sensei. It'll be in the description down below. Peace.